Hello friends, I am Val from Valkyrie Runes, and you probably recognize me from TikTok because I feel more comfortable with showing my face as it is now. So if that scares you, if that upsets you, you're not for me and you can go. We're gonna do a reading though. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's get started. Alright. We have the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Think of this card as something that you want to address, but you don't know how yet. This is what you want to address, and the reading is telling you how to address it or what needs to be focused on to address it. So in retrospect, when I get into these readings, I'm going to be talking more about why that is, like why you're in this space and why you're feeling like you need to be in this space. Listen, this is ideal energy. We want to be in a space where we're allowing more space for ourselves emotionally, but not everybody has the capacity to do that. And because you're so focused on this logistic, this side of you that wants to see the progress in its physical form, you're not thinking about your emotional progress, and you've actually made quite a ton of it. I just realized my jacket's all messed up. Let me fix that real quick. Good, okay. So we have the Four of Pentacles was our first card, and the Four of Pentacles is an interesting energy. I remember a time when I was still learning tarot, and I was doing some spreads for myself. I don't remember what questions they were, but I remember very deeply that I started having dreams about this specific imagery, and I was thinking that it was a message for me, and it turns out it was actually my guides letting me know that this card was actually missing from the deck. I found it under my bed. I didn't know it was missing, but maybe this was actually telling me this isn't what I need to be doing, but what's missing from my life. And those might sound the same. Those might sound the same to you, but not positioned. So when you're looking at this energy as your first card, it's not telling you what you're doing wrong. It's not telling you where you're at, and it's not telling you what you need to do more of. It's simply just telling you an energy that is present in the question that we're asking. This is a general what you need to hear. So what you need to hear is something in regards to withholding something, withholding information, withholding some level of progress. Maybe there's some internal progress that you have that you've just not seen. You haven't seen the evidence of it because you're keeping it to yourself. You're not really showing it off just yet. And I don't know how this might pertain to you, but I'm going to give examples throughout this reading because I see that the other two cards, you have two major arcana here. You have the Death card and then you had the Sun card. And that kind of feels like you are being tasked with this understanding that, you know, in order for you to see the light, you need to also be willing to see the light. And what that means is that the thing that you are not seeing is something that's within you. It's something that you have the privilege of unlocking the door. So you can't complain you don't have the key when you do. And maybe you aren't complaining. Maybe you're in a space where you're very troubled by your progress. You're very overwhelmed by your progress or what you perceive as a lack thereof when it comes to progress. But actually you've made quite more progress than you have. Maybe it was more emotional progress than you wanted to make. Maybe you wanted to make more financial progress. Maybe you wanted to make more metaphysical, physical. Maybe you wanted to go to the gym more. I don't know, but whatever it is that progress means to you, this is the message you need to hear, by the way. You already have made the progress. In fact, you've made the progress so much that it probably covers more than half of the progress that you're looking at, but you have decided that your idea of progress is stuck to a certain vision, and that's what needs to change. It's not that your idea of progress needs to change, it's that you need to change how that progress shows up. So you can look at your progress in any which way. You can address your progress as, hey, I've done this thing, I know I have, but damn, it didn't show up in the physical sense. You need to stop doing that to yourself because not everything you progress in is about the physical. We live in a very interesting world right now where people are very wrapped up in what you can show for your work. I believe this is very true of Western belief systems, and maybe you don't adhere to this, but I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that, you know, we live in especially in the West, we live in a very like, this is only good if you have physical show for it, but that's where you need to kind of change your thought process, because progress is not only as good as what you can show for it. You can show for it. I think that you're just not giving yourself enough credit. You're withholding that credit, and that needs to be put out more. I think in a certain way it's being said that, you know, you need to express it out loud. You need to start saying, I'm proud of myself for this, you know, and that's where you're showing up for yourself emotionally. That emotional showing up for yourself, that emotional capacity that you idealize, it's already something that you can do. It's that compassion that you show for everyone else. It's that, you know, good job that you say to your friends, to your coworkers, to your family members. It's towards yourself as well. The good you see in other people is a projection in some way to what you see in yourself. So remember that when you are stuck looking at this lack of progress. Now, what I want to also address about this reading is that, yes, it is a what you need to hear. It's supposed to be a quick message. I'm running into 6 minutes here, so it probably won't be a YouTube short, and it will be a full YouTube video. But I do want to say for this person, you might be a Scorpio or a Leo, by the way, or an earth sign of some capacity. I feel like this message is also ringing in about not rushing any sort of progress as well. Let's say that it is a specific thing that you have in mind that you need to see that physical proof of. And that's okay. That's okay if you want that, because that's still valid. Wanting to see physical proof is good. Just don't let it eat you alive. You do need to allow yourself to express out loud your progress that you've already seen, even if you are still waiting to see some of it come through. And for those of you who are waiting for more physical, you know, attention in that, I feel like this is talking about Leo season, so you might not see some progress until the summer. If I am going to make any predictions, it would be that. But I would also say that in this context, when it comes to physical things, you actually can't rush this progress, because I think that's what's kind of getting to you, is that you know you can't rush it, and deep down you are trying to figure out some sort of way to kind of like hold on for that length of time to, like, you know, get to the finish line, you know, by dissociating. I don't know what you're doing to get to the finish line, but I feel like it's important to remember that in these times where you're uncertain about what's going to happen between now and then, if anything is going to disrupt your progress, it's really about your mentality about these things. Something that you started with the confidence that you know you can finish it. That confidence is hard to really truly shake. I think it's easy to get distracted, so don't get distracted by how things look. I think the Seven of Pentacles is so interesting because the sevens in tarot tend to refer to progress, that we easily get distracted about the progress that we're in. We're like in the thick of it, and we don't realize we're in the thick of it until afterwards. So just remember, like with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, it's really easy to get caught up, and it's really easy to forget ourselves and to forget what we're holding on to forget what we're needing to move on from. There might even be something that you're needing to move past in order to see growth. And I don't know what this could be referring to, because this feels like a bunch of little things that are very specific to someone out there. But I just want to kind of call upon this energy that the space that you're having for yourself in this moment, this opportunity, and everything that's a struggle is an opportunity. In some way, it's an opportunity to better love ourselves and better understand ourselves. I'm trying to look at the center of the deck because I'm curious what kind of, like, Justice card in the middle. Things do pan out the way that they're supposed to. If you are concerned about, I feel like this is a financial concern for someone out there, saving your money at this time. And maybe you're looking at your bills, you're looking at your spending. This is definitely a good time for you to start saving your money and to not spend so helplessly. I know it's great to, like, gift ourselves a little treat from time to time, but we're not really always in that space, so we don't always have to. I think for genuine reasoning, if this comes down to finances, I do think this is a message reminding you that it's a good time to do your checks and balances, you know, kind of bring justice to yourself about your spending habits. It might be a good time for you to do that, not because it's about, you know, being frugal necessarily, if you can feel free to, but it's a matter of, I know this is my choice, but I need to make sure I'm making choices that are in my best interest, and that I'm not getting, again with the sevens, distracted in my own choices, because oh, what the hell, you know, that kind of thing. I think one last thing that I want to say for this reading is that for whoever needs to hear it, um, this transition is a transition. So it's a temporary thing. It's going to feel like it lasts forever. It's going to feel like a really long time before it ends, especially if it's not until the summer and we're only still in we're coming up on February, so it's going to feel like a long time, but it's going to go by a lot faster than you think it is. Make sure that you are giving yourself healthy distractions, because this energy is about distractions that are happening. Distractions are not something that we can avoid. Sometimes we can't really help it. So make sure the distractions are to the benefit of your goals and the thing about Four of Pentacles that's super fascinating that I really want to bring up here is that this card represents to me personally a sense of morals, a sense of personal justice, a sense of personal yes, a sense of personal morals. So really this is what you're transitioning into, a better understanding of yourself through these morals and through these understandings, not criticisms but understandings, with that hopeful heart space that we have here. This person that you think that you want to be, this person that you idealize yourself as, you already are. I think that it's just easy to get caught up in this distraction of what negativity we deal with every single day and how we let that internalize. And this can be about internalizing as well. So don't internalize too much your lack of self. Internalize how you see yourself. Remember to check in with yourself. Remember to affirm to yourself that these times are ever changing. You know, things will get a lot clearer and brighter for you as time goes. You will get a better handle of things as time goes. I feel like there may be a deeper message here. If you'd like to book a reading, my readings are open on my Ko-fi. They will be linked somewhere in the description. Thank you so much for watching.